Thanks for staying tuned to STL Live. I'm Sarah Thompson, and I'm still joined by Janice Holt and Andi Harrington Cosby from the Crohns and Colitis Foundation of America. I apologize about that. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So I want to talk more about, for people who aren't as familiar with Crohn's disease and colitis, just some of the basic facts about it. So do you want to just kind of start us off on that and tell us what about Crohn's disease, some of the stats and just the data out there?
Yeah, sure. So 1 in every 200 people has Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. And they're diseases that kind of have, especially in the past, had a stigma that people didn't talk about them. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times people would know somebody but didn't know that they did because the person hadn't publicly come out and said that they had the disease. But I feel like, especially I've worked for CCFA for 8 years, and in the past 8 years, many more people have in the hallway, they'll be like, oh, I have Crohn's disease, if they see we have like our name badge on. But it is, 1 in 200, it's 1.6 million Americans. And the diseases, they're debilitating. There is no cure. As soon as they've been onset by a trigger in your body, they're chronic for the rest of your life. Many hospitalizations, not knowing when a flare-up could happen, and that could lead to hospitalization. Stress is often a factor as far as when flare-ups do happen. So oftentimes people's major life events are derailed, such as weddings, starting new jobs, having kids, getting into college. The average onset is between the ages of 16 and 20, which is kind of that like applying to college, getting started as an adult. And we have, unfortunately, our highest population that is increasing in diagnosis is pediatrics. And whether that's more stress on kids, whether it's what they're eating, we're doing the research trying to figure out what that is. But definitely, heartbreaking stories of.
That is for children. I mean, it's not even to be able to sort of talk about that. So you mentioned that from the openness to talk about it. Is it because it's dealing with the colon, or is it because that correlates with just awareness and the research that was happening, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and how that's changed over the past decade?
When I've talked to patients, who before were kind of afraid to say something, they felt there was a stigma that they were bathroom diseases because some of the symptoms can be associated with that, but that's definitely not all of the symptoms. Right. And I mean, what human being hasn't had bathroom symptoms, and they're horrible. So, it's been, I think, just educating the patients and kind of educating people about that it's not just that.
Sure.
And for the patients and their education, and for the professionals, and for the general public.
And some of those other symptoms, I mean, from what I've read, it's rashes, skin rashes, is that correct?
Yeah, it can be skin rashes, it can affect your eyes, it can affect your joints, it can affect your organs. Yes, there are, vomiting, bathroom-related things, but it's not just that. It's severe cramping and belly pain, too, and it's, I've heard, some manifestations of the disease. It's an autoimmune disease, so it can it picks where it's going to target in your body, and for Crohn's disease, it's anywhere from your mouth all the way through, and then for ulcerative colitis, it's only the colon.
No, I mean, that's great work. And when people are contacting you, they're just asking for resources, connections to other doctors, information about research. Is that correct?
We get a lot of calls about patients wanting to be connected to other patients, to ask questions kind of on a peer-to-peer. So we do that, looking for our support groups and looking for, ways they can get involved to find a cure, which is the research aspect.
And for speaking of finding a cure, which needs money, and also some of the other things you're doing, you're having this fundraiser. Again, it's taking place this Saturday, coming up, and it's gambling. So we've got that for you on the graphic. Cashing out for Crohn's and Colitis. And did you want to add anything else, Janice, about what's taking place this Saturday?
It's definitely a great event. We encourage everybody to come out, get their tickets, and support a great cause.
Okay, all right. Well, again, this Saturday, call the number on your screen or email for more information or to get tickets. All right, you guys, thank you so much. It's been very informational. Thank you for being here, and good luck with your event.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, we're not done yet. There's more STL Live coming your way. We'll be right back after this.